Senior Australian of the Year 2009 from New South Wales, Lorraine Peters.
From Victoria, Pat Lamana.
From Queensland, Jean Illingworth.
From Western Australia, Patrick Dodson.
From South Australia, John Halbert.
From Tasmania, Ronnie Burns.
And from the ACT, Reverend Associate Professor Elizabeth McKinlay.
And from the Northern Territory, Brian and Kathy Massey. Prime Minister.
And the Senior Australian of the Year for 2009 is Pat Lamana.
Pat Lamana is a self-made businessman and philanthropist who grew up amongst hardship and poverty in Italy until arriving in Australia in 1948.
I think because I went through bad time myself when I was in Italy, and I understand what hunger is all about. I understand what it's like not to have a clothes or shoes. It was difficult, but we got through. And after the war, my dad decided to call Australia home. So I started my own fruit shop in 1953. And that's where I met my wife. She was my shop assistant.
I worked for him when I was 15. Probably fell in love with him the second day. I thought, if this guy doesn't marry me, I'll be a spinster for the rest of my life.
And we finished up after a number of years with 25% of the Australian banana industry.
He came to me one morning in 1971 and he said he was thinking of starting up a Lions Club in the market. And I said, Pat, I think that would be a very difficult job.
But I'm a determined person. When I say no, it makes me more determined.
I first met Pat 36 years ago at the first meeting of the Lions Club of the market, and he was just full of joy and energy.
As a result, we've been going now for 36 years, and without a doubt it's been the best Lions Club in Australia for fundraising.
And of course it's been the springboard for Pat, you know, and his many charitable endeavours.
Pat has funded a lot of our projects here in the farm. He's also supplied for the last 4 or 5 years all the fruit and vegetables. Financially supports us with operations with the children. And if anything comes up in the community or something was happening, Pat would often contact us and say, look, this is great for the kids and I think we should get the kids down here for that. So he'd be a very integral part of the Life of Children First Foundation, really.
Pat is always smiling whenever we arrive, all the kids. It's just like when you meet him, he's like never stressed out. He's always got a smile on his face. It's really good.
Pat also helps other charities by fundraising with his local council.
He has raised over $1.5 million for cancer research through his own foundation. We became aware of it at council and he has received a number of acknowledgements and awards for that community contribution.
Pat gives because that's all he knows now, and he's gone through different stages, but he's received so much within himself, you know, in spirit from his giving, you know, that he just continues and continues.
Over quite a number of years, I can't even put into words really the amount of money he's funded towards children, but how many lives Pat has saved.
Look, I would say he's helped thousands of people over his years of community work in endless ways.
I think it's an addiction with him. It's just in him. He's always done it and he will always do it.
He's an immediately likeable guy, Pat. You know, he's always got a friendly smile on his face and he's got bundling enthusiasm.
Good to see you, Uncle Pat.
There's something very, very special and deep about him. He's got a very pure, pure heart. And I've only ever felt that before when I lived in Calcutta with Mother Teresa.
As Pat's got older, he's even got worse as far as challenging each one of us to do more for society, because that's the name of his game.
Things I'm doing for others, that's what everybody should be doing. If if others would be generous and prepared to share, then the world would be a better place for all of us.
He's got a willing heart, and he's just one of the most generous people in Australia.
Thank you, Prime Minister. 60 years ago, I fell in love with a wonderful Australian girl, so I married her. Please, she played a very big role in my community service, and I would like you to put your hand together and thank my beautiful wife, Helen, for wonderful work she does for me. Prime Minister and fellow Australians, I am extremely proud to be Senior Australian of the Year. Special thanks to my family and friends and the Lions Club of Melbourne Market and the fresh industry people for supporting me. Thank you, Australia, for the privilege to be Australian and the opportunity to serve. To be faithful and do community service is the greatest pleasure in life. I hope and pray I can encourage others to be generous and give to people who need help. Can be money, time or talent. We are lucky to be Australian. We must be responsible and loyal to our lovely country and respect and support our government. Thank you. Together we must build better Australia for our future generations and continue to be the greatest country in the world and role model to all nations. God bless you, God bless the world, and Happy Australia Day.
Congratulations, Pat Lamana, Senior Australian of the Year 2009.
Bit of a character, I reckon,
Sure
too.
is.
Pat Lamana is what you'd call a great Aussie bloke, an Italian immigrant who came to Australia with nothing, but has given our country the world.
That's why on Sunday he was named Senior Australian of the Year. And I'm pleased to say that Pat Lamana joins us now in the studio. Hello to you, Pat.
Hello, Lisa.
We saw you on Sunday. Has it sunk in yet?
I'm still up in the clouds, but I'm coming down slowly.
You are, I reckon, everything that is good about this country and the people that come here with absolutely nothing. You came here as a 4-year-old. You worked in a veggie patch. That was pretty tough going in those years, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I come when I was 16 years old.
16, was it?
That's right, 16. My father left Italy when I was 4. And then, of course, as a result of the war, we got stuck here and we were there. My mum had 4 children. And we went through the present time and the hardship. But that was good because I thank God for that. Because if it wasn't for that, you know, I wouldn't be the man I am today.
Do you think sometimes that's what it takes?
Absolutely.
To come from outside of Australia, to appreciate Australia, to go through tough times, to want to give back the way that you have?
Yes, tough time is you must go through tough time to be good, to appreciate the good time.
A lot of people are going to go through, you would have seen it before, there's sort of a kind of a cycle like this. Do you have any advice to people out there who will be struggling in the next few years, Pat?
I don't panic, you know, and naturally we all got to tighten our belt for the next few years, but we're still lucky to be Australian. And the things come good again, and to trust our government and support him and respect for what he's doing and what he's trying to do for all of us, and then we can't go wrong. But panicking doesn't help at all. It only makes things worse.
As if you haven't done enough already, what do you want to do with this award?
Well, I think I'm going to sleep with the award.
We don't say it figuratively.
So beautiful. It's a great feeling. I mean, if I had to win $10 million in Tesla, I wouldn't feel as happy because money can't buy that. Money come and go. But this will be with me for the rest of my life and the family, and there's something that's it can't describe. I can't find a word strong enough to say how pleased I am to receive such a beautiful award.
Well done, mate. We wanted to get you back on because we think you're worthy of more awareness about what you've done for people, and also because we love you talking about your wife, and she's a gem, isn't she?
Well, credit must go to my wife and my family. If it wasn't for my wife's help and my family, I couldn't achieve what I have achieved in all my life, and in charity-wise and business-wise as well.
Pat, they are so proud of you. Congratulations to
Thank you
well
very
done,
much.
mate. Thank you.
Thank you.